Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesdays in the Shop. I'm Yvette.
I'm Andrea.
And we're coming to you live from New York City from Gotham Quilts, our store in midtown Manhattan. And as you know, we do a live video every week and we do all kinds of different things in this live. Sometimes we're teaching you a technique or showing you new fabric. This week, we're making a kind of a big announcement about the future of the store. And to tell you about that, we have to give you some background. So the first thing is, you probably don't know this, but we actually just had a 9-year anniversary last month.
Which, I can't believe it's been 9 years.
Like we keep saying, neither one of us has ever had a job for this long.
Not even
before.
Close to this long before.
My longest before this was like 3.5 years.
4, I think, for me. Yeah. 4.5, maybe.
And it's
something like that.
Being business partners is kind of like being married.
Very much so.
So it's like a very long-term relationship. Yes. That was pretty bumpy at the beginning.
Yeah, but we worked it out. Did pretty good, I think.
Like we worked together really well, and we like love each other, and it's been quite the journey. We assume most of you watching have not been with us for 9 years because that's a very long time.
Yes.
So you may not know that the business has actually gone through a couple of phases already. So when we first opened in 2014, I cannot believe it was that long ago. We were actually online only back then, and we worked out of a Manhattan mini storage unit near Andrea's apartment.
Yep, uptown. I would print all the packing slips at my apartment, walk over to the storage unit. My husband had actually made me a custom table that would fold up, fit in the storage unit, and then I could pull it out, set it up in the hallway, cut all my orders, put it back in, and then walk over to the post office and drop them off.
Yeah, and like this is a little... Like if you think about storage unit, you might be thinking like
it's like the size of a big closet.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was the first phase. We called that the like mini storage phase. And then we wanted to teach classes because Andrea is such a great
We were
teacher.
Actually at my house for a little while too, because then I moved to the suburbs.
Yes, I forgot about that station.
Then it took over the extra room, and then eventually in my sewing room, and then also the dining room. And at that point, my husband was like, "Okay, that's it. Get it out."
Well, and the reason we got the next phase also was so we could teach classes. So we originally...
That was what I wanted.
Yeah. We were originally online only, working out of the mini storage unit or out of her house. Yeah. And then we rented the office space upstairs in the same building we're in now. And we called that phase the studio phase. We had like a 500 square foot office, and we had set up a classroom there with 6 sewing machines.
800 some bolts of fabric,
all shoved in there.
Cutting table, cash register, long arm.
Yep.
Place for the baby to take a nap.
Yeah. And that phase lasted about a year, or year and a half.
I think it was 2 years.
2 years.
Actually. Yeah.
And then towards the end of 2017, we were upstairs, and that we had already started thinking about moving into a retail store.
Right.
But then the neighbor downstairs, this space that we're in now, used to be a dress shop, like a wholesale dress shop. And when they moved out, we were like, oh, well, this is perfect. This way we don't even have to tell anyone to go to a different address, right? So we moved in here October 2017. So next month is 6 years that we've been in this space.
I know.
And the thing that I'm always saying about everything is like, in life, the only constant is change, right? Like, and in business too, the only thing you can count on is that things will change. And we really could not have predicted COVID.
We didn't realize how much change we would be going through.
So like the first 3 years we were in this store, it was like awesome, right? Tons of people coming in and getting better and bigger. And we were bringing people
more classes, more employees,
flying them in for events and all this stuff.
We had some really good classes.
Yeah. And then 2020 hit. And everyone knows we had to shut down completely for 3 months. And the thing that we really couldn't have predicted, like no one thought COVID was going to happen, but I really don't think anyone thought that 3 years after that original shutdown that
be in this
things would be as bad as they still are in Midtown in particular. Like other neighborhoods in New York City and places that aren't New York City are kind of largely back to normal, but Midtown is very much not the same as it used to be. And it's for various reasons, right? Like how many people do you know who no longer go to an office?
Or only 1 or 2 days a week.
Midtown Manhattan is where everyone used to commute to. That's where all the office buildings are. So like people would live in Brooklyn or Connecticut or whatever, and they would commute into Midtown. Midtown was packed all the time with locals who work here as well as tourists.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people didn't go back to their offices.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
Office vacancy in this neighborhood is like something like 37% or something of the total. And like pre-pandemic, it was like 3%, right? You couldn't get an office space here. The building above us is all offices, and they have like 20 open office spaces. And if you walk down the block in Midtown, like half the stores are empty, right?
Yeah, the McDonald's around the corner is closed.
That was shocking. Like when a McDonald's closes,
three of the Dwayne Reeds within a couple blocks have closed.
And it's all a snowball.
Yeah.
If international tourist traffic in particular has not returned. So if people don't go to the office in a neighborhood that was usually staffed by people in offices, that means they don't buy lunch.
Right.
They don't buy, cold medicine on their way home.
Right. Go out for drinks afterwards.
And so restaurants close and lunch spots close, and then retail stores close. And if you walk down our block, you'll see like half the stores are closed, right? So Ellen's saying that she noticed that Midtown was less crowded when she was here, and there's no comparison. 2019 to now is night and day, and of course it's way better than it was in 2020 when we first reopened.
Absolutely.
But this is not sustainable, and every 6 months we were saying to each other, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? The weird part about this is like everything we've been talking about is about like in-person shopping, right? Like our physical retail store in Midtown. If you've been here in the last like 3 years, you probably were the only one here shopping while you were here. Or if you signed up for a class with us, it probably got canceled because we can't seem to fill classes anymore. People don't want to come to Midtown. But at the same time, all the virtual stuff is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We were forced to learn how to teach a class virtually when we were shut down and not
almost
allowed.
Kicking and screaming forced.
But it turned out it was a blessing because we were able to connect with our customers from all over the place. Like people from Hawaii come to classes.
Yeah,
we had somebody from the Netherlands, right?
Spain and Italy. In my color journey class, we have people from all over the country. I don't think there's any international people in that one, but we have people from all over the country, and it's really great. That has been one of the bonuses.
So like we've had this lab concept, which is this monthly membership thing where we grow as quilters. And it used to be in store only, and people used to ask us to come virtually. And we were like, oh, we can't figure that out. But we were forced to figure it out. And it worked. Now we do it just virtually, right? Because virtual means people who can come. And one of our regulars is in Ohio and another one's in California.
And a lot of people that were our regulars that were local here have also moved away since then.
That's another good point. So many people left the city during this, right? The city is different. And Midtown in particular has been hit really hard. All of this is lead up to the news, which is that we're going to be closing our in-person retail store in Midtown by the end of the year. It's been a very hard decision to come to.
Yeah.
But the truth is you have to adapt when things change. If we tried to keep the retail store open, we'd be out of business by the end of the year.
And we don't want to do that. We want to stay in business.
We want to stay able to support our customers and support quilters and keep inspiring you and, keep the relationship going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The community that we built up over the last 9 years is really important to us. And that's, we've, over the past couple of years with the lockdown and pandemic, we've started to grow that, and we fully intend to keep growing that, keep supporting that. Classes, color journey, creative stitching journey,
so
Stitch Lab.
Yeah, we have so many more offerings like Thread Talks.
We started doing virtual retreats. Oh yeah, the Thread Talks too. I forgot about that one.
And so you may have noticed this progression happening, right? Like our focus has been more on virtual stuff, online stuff than on in-person stuff the last few years because we kept trying in-person things and people didn't come.
Right.
So,
and we couldn't have the big events, that we had prior, and the big name teachers. Nobody was flying for a while.
Right, that's true.
The teachers didn't want to come, let alone the students. And so pivoting to virtual offerings, everybody can come. We have all kinds of teachers lined up.
Right. So our lease here ends at the end of the year, And we don't yet know when the last day will be open for in-person shopping is.
We've never done this
Yeah,
before.
we've never shut a store down before, but the business is continuing. It just will be a different business, right?
Correct.
So, so Claire just asked, is there anywhere in New York City to see quilting fabrics in person? Here until we close.
I think B&J still has some.
Yeah, they have.
Although I haven't been there for years.
I know, that's true. Who knows? And so we have a lot of plans already in place, and there's going to be a whole process for closing the store and selling off the inventory that we have. But also we have all the stuff planned for after the store is closed. The online part of things, nothing will change. So like the website won't ever not be online. If you've signed up for Journey,
all
or
the block of the month, all of that
like
is
that.
Stash Society, all of those, there will be no
change at all in any of those things.
We'll be adding more programming, more classes, and like we just did the thread talks.
And we just launched
a
new block of the month like 2 weeks ago, right?
And we have plans for more.
So for the virtual stuff, it all stays basically the same way. For the in-store stuff, and actually this applies to online too. So as of now, everything that was full price and is in stock is 10% off, both in-store and online. We've updated the website, but it was still running when we started this.
We have a lot of products that have to update.
Some of those things are not 10%. They'll be on 10%.
If they don't have that right now, they will in a few hours. So just
we mean everything, like batting, thread, solid white fabric. Everything's on sale. And we don't know when the last day will be because we don't know exactly how quickly all of this will work. And we have a lot of stuff to sell.
Yes. And but there's also a lot of stuff we're keeping and keeping with us. So there's a lot of moving parts. We're going to do our best to keep you updated as we
will communicate like crazy. So information that we know so far, our in-store hours will be the same as they have been. It'll be Thursday through Saturday, 12 to 6. And we will continue requiring masks in store. We do this because we have a lot of older customers who are immune compromised. One of our employees is immune compromised. We're trying to protect everybody. You may not know this, but there's a current surge again for COVID. Plus, there's some other bug going around that a lot of us have had that wasn't COVID. So just trying to keep everybody safer while we are interacting in person.
Exactly.
The in-person classes will continue through the end of September. After that, we won't have any more in-person classes. We'll only do virtual classes after that. Sorry, I'm trying to also read some of the comments.
Yeah, let's wait and get to those after, maybe.
Yeah, sure. So for Bernina does not allow a store that doesn't have a physical space, does not allow us to sell sewing machines. So once we don't have the store anymore, we won't be able to sell Bernina. For everyone who's bought a Bernina from us over the years, we have an arrangement with Pins and Needles in Westchester to continue servicing your machines. If you haven't taken your guide class, for example, Lisa, who's the owner of Pins and Needles, she can even do a guide class virtually, so you don't have to get to Westchester. But we will take care of you. We're going to send an email out to anyone who bought a machine from us with instructions about how the transfer is going to go, how the future is going to go for that.
And if you do have a machine that needs servicing, we still have the September and October second Saturday of the month for service.
Right. So October is the last month to bring your machine into the city for service.
Correct. And for guide classes, even if you have taken a guide class before, but you want a refresher, we have the September and October in-person guide classes coming up.
And those are on the website. You could just sign up for
you can go on and go ahead and sign up for those anytime.
So that's like the basics for Bernina, but strangely, Bernina,
as always, there's
you know how Bernina schedules promotions throughout the year. It's a weird coincidence, but the most popular sale that they do all year long, which is the trade-in, trade-up sale, is in September this year.
So right now.
So we are going to participate in that promotion, just with the understanding that the physical store is not going to be here for very much longer. So when you get a machine, if you buy a new machine from us, you would be getting serviced by a different dealer. So that if you don't know what the trade-in sale is, it means you bring in a used machine, and it does not have to be a Bernina.
Yeah, literally, it could be a 100-year-old machine that doesn't even work.
Yep, that's true. And that gives you 25% off a new Bernina, the MSRP price on a new Bernina.
Which is just about the best deal
It
you
really
get
is.
of the
Yeah.
year, really.
It's in the past, I think this is maybe the 4th year that they're offering this. Our customers have loved this sale in the past.
Yeah,
So
we do very well.
that's why we're participating again this year. And because that wasn't sweet enough, they also are doing buy one Bernina foot and get one for 50% off. So like buy
Also a
one,
good
get
deal.
one, but 50% off. And we're participating in that as well. And we'll keep ordering feet to fill those orders
through the end of September.
But after that, whatever feet we have left is all we're going to have. We're not going to keep reordering after that.
Right.
So you can take advantage of the buy one, get one 50% off either in store or online on the website. You don't need a coupon code or anything. You just add both feet to your cart and you'll see the total will change automatically in your cart. Just be aware that those won't ship as quickly as some other things because we don't necessarily have them all in stock when you place the order. We place the order. Did I miss anything for Bernina?
I think we covered Bernina.
Okay. So one of the other things that in-store that we offer is long arm quilting. And of course, once we don't have a physical store, we won't be able to offer that service anymore. However, Justin, who is our long armor, he has decided to do long arming on his own. So it will be a pretty seamless transition, I think, if you bring your quilt in here. At some point, it'll be taking it to him instead. He doesn't have all the details set up yet for his business, but it'll be up and running. He works here, so we're gonna coordinate.
We're in close
and
contact.
Organize it.
Yeah, and we'll let everybody know about that too. And if you have a quilt that's already here, nothing will change.
Nothing has changed.
It will be, the completion dates are all the same and everything. You won't notice anything.
Yep. Now on to the future.
Yes, the fun stuff.
We're calling the next phase. What are we calling the next phase?
I think we had only gotten to next phase.
Okay, it's called next phase. What did I write in my notes here? I'm reading my notes. So we have already mentioned the online store will have no interruption. You won't notice any difference except things going on sale. Mm-hmm. Virtual classes, programs, all of that continues. If you are familiar with Color Journey and Creative Hand Stitching Journey, those are year-long programs, and we open the signups up each year for the next year. Those signups will open on schedule in October to sign up for the 2024 year, and nothing about either of those classes is changing at all. And we decided that today was a great day to tell you that we're going to have another virtual retreat. So the last one sold out and people were really into it. We had people on the waiting list to get in, but no one canceled. So no one could get in from the waiting list.
What I thought was really cool was it was supposed to end at 3:00 on Sunday and nobody nobody
wanted to leave.
There was a couple people that actually left at 3.
Yeah.
Most people were on till at least 4.
I mean, I actually had so much fun.
I had fun. I got a lot done too.
Yeah. So we're announcing the next virtual retreat is going to be in January. I'm going to put a QR code up on the website.
That is January 26th through the 28th.
Yes. And this time around, we're going to focus on the 9-patch block. So last time it was about running stitch, which is one of the most basic hand sewing stitches you can do. This time around, we picked the 9-patch block, which again is one of the most basic blocks you can do for
keeping it simple
stitching. But there's so many variations. There's so many interesting ways you can
build
combine them and change the colors. And the stitching is really easy, but the design possibilities are
which makes it really
huge.
It makes it a lot of fun.
So we haven't figured out all the details yet because it's not till January. But we are giving an early bird discount if you sign up. I forgot when it ends, but if you sign up at some point, you get 10% off right now if you sign up now, and that's the QR code on the screen. For those of you who really want to sign up early, you can sign up starting now, and we'll be filling in the information once we decide on the details. And the other big thing that we have committed to doing, and we're both very excited about this.
Excited and nervous.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. We're going to vend at QuiltCon next year.
Yeah, so that's
we have
February.
Signed up. We have booked our booth. February 22nd to 25th.
And I know a lot of you guys are probably already going to
So many of our customers go to QuiltCon. So it's in Raleigh, North Carolina next year in February. And we are going to be there. It's our biggest venue we've ever vended at.
Yeah, we haven't, we used to vend a lot when we were in our storage unit phase, I believe. But since we did.
Even when we were upstairs, we did a couple.
That's true. We went to quilt shows and guild meetings and things like that, but we've never done anything this big.
We've never done anything this far away
Or that,
with
yeah.
this many people attending.
Yeah, and the postman really wants to pick up
I
our
know,
packages.
too bad we can't go. Yeah, so a couple of people have said, yay, how cool. I'm so excited. I'm excited people are excited. We know that some people are going to be very sad that the physical store is going away. And like, we get it. We're sad too, but it's time. It has been a long time coming, and we want to still be able to interact with you and provide for you. And if we tried to keep this physical store going, we would not be able to stay in business.
Right.
So this is the next best thing. And we'll be seeing people in person at events. Like,
Exactly.
I bet we're going to see New Yorkers in Raleigh
sure
at QuiltCon.
Yeah.
And it's going to be nice to see you in person every so often.
Yes, and we'll be doing more things like that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Once we get this one under our belt, I'll be a little bit more
we haven't
comfortable
committed
signing up for some other.
We committed to
ones.
one so far, and then we have to figure
See
it
how that
out.
goes.
And like getting stuff to the
driving
it's
a van
It's
and
going to be
setting
a
up
whole
furniture.
big project. So I'm sure you all have lots of questions. I'm about to go read the comments. And if you want to type some more questions, you can. Of course, you can always email us too. It's info@gothamquilts.com. Anytime you want to get in touch with us, you can just send us an email. Wow, we have 65 people watching right now.
Wow.
That is a record for sure.
I think that's the
All right, I'm
most.
scrolling up to look at the questions.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of, no, this is sad, but I get it. Will you still sell fabric online? Absolutely.
Right.
Love the virtual classes. Brooklyn Craft Company. Yes, that's true. They're in Brooklyn. There's also Brooklyn General.
Renee said, I'm glad you're still in business. Thank you, Renee.
So are we, because it was, I was worried there at the beginning of 2020 when everything was starting to go down. I was very worried. And not about getting sick, but about losing.
Oh, I called my dad
business.
bawling.
Yeah.
Bawling.
So honestly, in large part, thanks to Yvette, who is the brains of this operation, kept us in business for the past 3 years. So I'm proud of the fact that we were able to do that. And I want to keep going. And that's what we're going to do. Like she said earlier, you have to adapt.
Kim said she had the COVID, but not COVID for 2 weeks too. It's like so many people we know are sick and then testing negative for COVID.
Yeah, because I tested negative.
I did too, twice. I was sick. I'm still sick. I don't think I'm sick, but my throat is still sick.
You sound better than you did when you came in.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah.
All right, I haven't found any questions yet. Okay, any additional New York City fabric lines coming? So we're working on something.
Yes.
But we're not going to tell you what it is yet.
But yes, there will be more coming.
We're working on something.
How about
that? Let's see if there's anything else. I see a lot of yays, blah,
Virtual
blah, blah.
retreats, yep.
So Emily's asking about long arm service. We mentioned this earlier, but our quilter, Justin, has decided to offer long arming directly to customers. He's still getting things set up so that he can actually do that. So for anyone who's brought quilts in, it'll be pretty seamless for you. At some point, you'll switch from dropping them off here to working with him directly on the handoffs. But we don't entirely have all the details yet.
Right. Yeah, he's still setting up his studio. But since he works here, we're in pretty regular contact. And as soon as we know more, we'll let you guys know too.
Shelly said maybe one day we'll go to Houston. It's
possible.
Maybe.
Will we still be able to purchase fabric? Absolutely. We'll still have the website just like we do now. Nothing about the website is going to change except possibly expand.
Ooh, we just got a volunteer to work in Raleigh.
Oh, good. We need one.
I will work for fabric if you need help in Raleigh. That's nice.
Yeah, send us a direct message because we could probably use you.
Alicia's asking, will you still do New York City summer? Oh,
that's
she means row by row.
Row by row.
Okay, so row by row also has a rule that you have to have a brick and mortar with standard hours to participate. So this is the last year we can participate row by row. Sorry.
Yeah, that was actually a big one. When we moved into the space upstairs in our studio phase, that was actually one of the things that got us through that phase was row by row.
Right, and remember
'Cause
that was
nobody
the
knew-
reason we even had
We
standard
had to
hours.
open. That's right. Yeah,
Because we used to be open by appointment only.
That's right. But because to participate, you had to have standard hours, so we were like 1 to 4.
So that was
or
2016,
something.
I think.
Yes. Yeah. And I was pregnant and having to walk out to be sick a lot. But we don't need any more
Remember
details
you were
on
using
that.
the outside as a refrigerator at one point? We didn't have a fridge in the.
And I couldn't drink anything that wasn't ice cold without having it
So
come
she
back
hung
up.
a basket out the window.
I do remember that.
Because
I
it was
forgotten.
cold. It was winter, right? So she
So
hung
yeah, not during row by row, but yeah.
a basket out the window, and she
Yeah.
kept her drinks outside
I
the
forgot
window
about that.
to be cold enough to drink because she was so
Yeah.
she had so much morning sickness that she needed a cool drink.
Yes. The things you do.
Will you do anything on Tuesdays? We're going to keep doing Tuesdays in the
I
shop,
don't see
right?
why not.
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah.
And we've got some other things. There was another thing that we didn't put in our notes, but if you were with us in the early days, we used to do something called
right.
New Bundle Thursdays.
Yep.
And I am planning on relaunching that. It won't be until after we get to the next stage, just because with the sale and moving.
Probably won't even be after.
I'm not sure how we're going to do that. But yes, I think that's going to be, another great.
I
thing
love
to add.
New Bundle Thursday. It was
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one. I just saw somebody. Will there be Stump Andrea?
Yes.
Sure.
And we haven't shot one recently, but we are going to continue. We're switching that to not be live, just for it's too hard to shoot it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are going to still do Stump
Yeah, that
Andrea.
one's one of my favorite things. So yeah, keep sending those in. We'll find a time to do it. Those might end up, like she just said, being pre-recorded, but that's okay. Yeah, send those in. I'm happy to do those.
Catherine is asking if you can hire our teachers for quilt classes. Send us an email.
Yeah,
we can
it's
ask
possible.
them.
My cherry cokes. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it was.
Yeah, or the big iced teas.
Oh yeah, because from
The big iced teas. Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, get the big iced teas, because then I could get a lot of ice. Oh, somebody asked. Oh, you did.
So Renee's asking, is there more info on the retreat? Not yet. We just picked the date and the theme, but all the little nitty gritty we will announce.
Yeah, because we still have
eventually.
5 or 6
Yeah,
months,
it's really far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will eventually pick everything
Yes.
and let everybody know. So if you don't want to sign up now, no problem.
Fair enough.
But I think some people do. They want to
Right.
like squat their spot. you know?
Exactly. Yeah, because people had so much fun on the last one that
Yeah.
they want to get in early.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of people
fine.
asked us, when's the next one? When's the next one?
And we didn't want to bring it up without letting you sign up. But yeah, you
Right.
don't have to.
Because that's the worst, when we tell you something's coming, but like
Nobody
there's no
likes that.
information. Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
So for now, like if anyone has any more questions, please put it on the chat. We will maybe zhuzh for a minute, waiting to see if anybody has any other questions. Because if you're thinking of a question, probably somebody else has the same question.
That's usually how it works. Yes.
As Kim is saying, everyone should sign up for the email newsletter, and yes,
That's true.
that would be very helpful.
Yep. Oh, you didn't make a QR code for that.
I didn't. You're right. It's Gotham Quilts /newsletter.
There you go.
And Kathy already signed up for the
Right.
retreat.
I saw
Yay,
somebody else
Kathy.
did too. I think it was Nancy. I don't remember her last name, but yeah.
I'm like
So that's
absurdly
crazy.
excited for a 9-patch retreat.
I think it's going to be fun.
When you scan the QR code and you go to the site, you'll see that there's a couple of mock-ups for quilts with 9 patches. And I did all of those
That is very proud.
in like 5 minutes because I was just so excited because this is something I can design.
Right.
you know?
And I'm trying to think of all the ways to alter the 9-patch to
Right.
turn it into something else.
Yeah, so I think we should do a stack and whack.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we'll do like a disappearing 9-patch. Yeah, is that technically is a stack and whack the same?
Well, if you stack and whack a 9-patch though, like you'd be cutting like this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Isn't that kind of what you do for the? Well, it doesn't matter.
So this is the part we still need to do for the specifics of the
exactly.
retreat.
So we'll get to that.
Yep.
And I'll play with some 9-patches and come up with some crazy things.
Yep. So we're going to send an email with all this information later tonight. And we're also sending an email to everyone who bought a Bernina from us for next steps for the Bernina part specifically.
Oh, Lily is asking, will you do social sewing online? I honestly hadn't thought about that, but
That's a great idea.
why not?
That's a really great idea, Lily.
See, look at you guys
Thank you.
helping us out all the time.
Barb is
Another-
saying she's selfishly hoping we're still open on Thanksgiving
It's
so that I
possible.
can pop in one more time. So we definitely won't be open the day of Thanksgiving.
Well, right.
But I think we probably will still be open like the Black Friday weekend.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'll still have.
I think that might be the last weekend, actually. Like, if
And we had another question about Stump Andrea. Yes, we will continue to do that. And honestly, even if it's not for a Stump Andrea, if there's something that I had someone email us just recently that had made our subway one of our old row by rows, but she forgot to buy a border fabric. She wants to turn it into a table runner. And so she asked for suggestions. I am happy to do those kinds of things. So don't
just please
hesitate.
send us a picture.
Yeah, that usually helps.
We have no idea. If you don't send us a picture, we can't.
It is a little difficult. But yeah, I put together, someone was making a Star Wars, well, she didn't say it was Star Wars themed, but she had the pattern. She sent me the pattern and she told me the palette she wanted to use, which happened to be a Star Wars palette, and asked me to pick out fabrics. And she's like, whatever you pick is cool with me. Just tell me what it is and I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And so I picked out her fabrics and she bought it. And I haven't seen a picture of it made yet. I would, if you're listening, I'd love to see a picture.
We've had that several times where somebody
yeah.
sends us a pattern and they're like, I want it to be in blues. And then we,
I am happy to do those things. So don't hesitate to ask those questions or ask for help.
Catherine's asking if we will sometimes do in-person classes. No, we won't. Maybe.
Can I keep Nancy? Oh, we all want to keep Nancy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to miss Nancy so much. Yeah. Robin's asking, what is social sewing? So social sewing is an open sewing session that we've had since we first started, actually.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones.
You just bring whatever you're working on, and there's a teacher to help you if you get stuck with the machine or that kind of thing. And Lily was suggesting maybe we could make that virtual, which I definitely had never thought about before, but maybe it would work.
Kind of this along the lines of what we do in our retreats, but just for a shorter period of time.
That's true. That's a good point.
So why not?
With not a theme.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Sandra hopes to be on a beach that
week. And Lily's answering the same question.
Yeah, being on a beach in January I can't blame you for that.
Oh, and Sandra's family, they travel together and they do these nice trips,
nice.
Right? So yeah. All right. Well, if anyone else has any more questions, what time is it? It's only 7:04. Maybe we can hang out a little bit longer. There's still 51 people on.
Wow.
I am surprised.
we have a lot of really great customers.
Yeah, we've met so many wonderful people.
We really have. Yeah, and I've always said there is no other retail business that I would ever want to be in, but quilters are some of the nicest people.
Yeah.
And
plus we love looking at fabric.
Absolutely. I love seeing the projects that you bring in, getting to help people pick out fabrics for their projects. That's literally one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, working in a quilt store is really fun because you get to have the excitement of starting a new project, but then you don't have to make it.
Exactly.
It's really fun.
And getting to teach people how to sew and how to quilt and seeing how excited they get is super exciting for me. So yeah, we're going to try, keep that learning and that excitement going.
Yeah. And one of the ideas we've been kicking around is like sort of a drop in like virtual shopping session. So like you could go on your phone and Andrea's walking around showing you things, right? Like we might be able to figure out something like that.
Yeah,
in the future.
Working on that. I wouldn't begin to know how to do that.
I've seen that in some other venues where like you can't physically go to the store. So you get on FaceTime with the person and they walk around.
Oh yeah, okay, I could do that. Yeah.
So
yeah, between the two of us, she's the technical brains and I'm the creative brains. Yeah. So usually when we get together, we can figure things out.
Karen's asking, are there any more social sewings? There's one more on the 23rd, I think it is. They're on the calendar.
Yeah.
On the website.
So all of the current classes are listed on the website as usual. So you can go ahead and sign up there for both in-person and virtual.
Yep. And Jen actually just added a virtual Kawandi class.
Yes, I saw that.
If you weren't able to get into the last one, there's another one coming up. I do not remember where. When.
Yes, good remembering, Jen. Thread Talks is tomorrow.
Oh, I should have.
I don't know how we forgot that.
I forgot, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Okay. I'm going to pull that up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Using up your little scraps. I think that's the right one, right?
I guess that's kind of like what she's.
I thought that's what I read.
So hold on, let me put the link.
I thought I was going to be at a soccer practice tomorrow, so I didn't look that closely. But now I'm not.
Sorry,
because
I'm putting
that
it
was
up.
postponed.
I'm pulling it up. Karen, no, the one in the future has not been canceled. QR code. QR code.
So she's working on it. It's coming. You can also just go to gothamquilts.com and either search for Thread Talks or Classes and Events tab up in the top menu, and it'll be one of the first things that comes up.
2 more seconds. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, so this is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock New York City time.
Yep, Eastern time.
It's a 1 hour long lecture from Allie, who online goes by Exhausted Octopus. I had no idea what her real name was until we were booking this, and Jen, who is our class coordinator, she was like, Allie McCracken, I think is her last name.
Oh, no, it doesn't say that.
And I was like, who the hell is that? And then I saw her handle, like her Instagram handle, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, Exhausted Octopus. So she is known for doing these sort of like progressive, scrappy things. And that's what she's going to be talking about. The topic is fabric painting with scraps.
Okay.
The description says, Allie will lead us through her process of using fabric scraps in different ways and show us how this evolving process has led her to create breathtaking works of art.
I just love how tiny the piecing is in that the little block she's holding up.
Yeah,
in the
that's
picture.
a really good headshot.
I love that. That's tiny.
So for the virtual Thread Talks, all of them are always online the first Wednesday of the month. And we have them booked all the way through next summer already. And that will continue going. You can either register for individual ones and they're $25 each, or you can sign up for Club Gotham and then the registration fee is waived for each talk. So you'd still have to register for the talk, but when you go to check out, it would say 0 as your total.
As long as you're logged into your account.
Yes, you have to be logged into your
we've
account.
had that back and forth. And Club Gotham in general is not really going to change.
That's true.
You'll still get your discount online. You'll get the free shipping over $35, I think.
Yep, over 35. And actually, we'll probably add more benefits. Like
Probably,
we just added the Thread Talk benefit.
Right,
like
Thread
2 months
Talks.
ago?
You get pre-access to sales. And I'm sure there's other things that I'm forgetting, but that will all stay the same. So that's not going away. If you have already signed up for it, don't worry. You're not going to lose anything.
And like the only benefit that was really in-store only was faster turnaround time on long arming.
Right.
Which I don't think most members even took advantage of that.
No. I think there was a couple of people that joined Club Gotham just to get a faster turnaround time.
Maybe. All right. Well, I think maybe we've covered most questions. I would suggest if there's stuff you've been thinking about buying, like go snag it now because we have the most inventory now that we will have
and
through the end of the year.
Some things will be reordered, the things that we're planning on carrying in the future, but a lot of things won't be.
Yep.
So so like she said, if there's something you've had your eye on, go get it now. Come early, come often.
Lily's asking if she can get more of a previous Stash Society bundle. It depends on the fabrics.
Yes.
Some of them are gone.
It's quite possible, but on the sheet that comes with your Stash Society bundles, there is a QR code you can scan to go to that page, to the page on the website with all of the Stash Society fabrics.
So then you'd be able to know if we still have.
You could buy yardage, but message me or send me an email and I can with which one you're looking for, and I can see if we still have it too, because we actually have a couple random bundles floating around that from
send
previous.
us an email, Lily. All right, I think that might be it.
Yeah, so the Quilt Guild challenge last Tuesday, we talked to you about the Wyndham challenge.
Was that only last week?
Yes, that was only 1 week ago. And as I predicted, we are already out of one of the fabrics. So the white aqua, that one's gone, and unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get it again until after.
So the bundles we have now are.
So I think there's one fat quarter bundle left, but there is yardage of all of the other colors. So you don't need to use all of the colors to enter the challenge either. You have to just use a minimum of 3. So you can still get yardage.
Joy's asking when will the discount apply? So it's at 10% discount right now, and I've already updated
or it is in the process
sync was running,
of
so the
updating.
website will be updated.
Yeah,
soon.
when we started the video, it was still running. So if it isn't on sale yet, it will be soon.
Yeah. And if it was already on sale for more than 10% off, that price has stayed. So if it was 30% off, 40% off, 50% off, it's still that. But all the stuff that was full price is now 10% off while we still have it in stock.
Right.
And you don't need a coupon code.
And it is on the website and in store.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I know this is a lot to take in. Feel free to email us or drop a comment anytime.
Yes, pre-orders are still open. Deco Glow too. Absolutely.
Right. So the pre-order stuff is not on sale because that is not in stock inventory.
Right.
So that,
right. And we should mention that the fabrics in the Deco Glow used to say September pre-order. That was a mistake. They're actually an October pre-order.
Yeah, and that's because I don't know what month it is.
And I didn't set it up the way I was supposed to and left it for her to do.
It was like both of us are trying to take the blame.
So it has an October date.
Yeah,
right
we're
now,
going to email everyone who had already
and
ordered.
we'll let everybody know.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, those are beautiful fabrics. So yes,
yeah.
that's still available.
Yeah, so anything you see on the website that says pre-order, none of that has changed.
Yeah, block of the month, lovely day block of the month. Nothing has changed with that. Will still be shipping in November.
Stitch Lab, Journeys.
The Besties, if you've done a pre-order for Tula Pink's Besties, that is also still coming in October. No change to that. I don't think we have any pre-orders for November yet.
I don't remember. Barb said, congrats on making a brave decision. That's a really nice way to put it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm like going to start crying.
Not taken lightly. That's for sure.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another Tuesdays in the Shop. And next week we'll be back with something else. Don't ask us what it is.
We don't know.
Because we don't know. And have fun shopping some sale stuff. You know, it's like, when does white solid fabric ever go on sale, right? So
not often.
Take advantage. Thank you very much. And please email us if you have any questions, because sometimes you think of something like, 20
as soon as we
later,
log off, you'll
just send us an email. It's info@gothamquilts.com.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everybody.